another episode of Let's Talk Dogs. What is it? 16?
I think it's 16, yeah.
Why are you laughing already?
I don't know.
Why are you even... I've only just said welcome. I'm not even cracking on yet. Well, anyway, this is Kez and Sam.
Let's Talk Dogs.
Jesus. Well, we'll get there. We haven't been drinking, sort of.
We haven't done one for a while.
No, we haven't.
We're a bit rusty.
We are rusty, yeah. But yeah, coming up on today's show, we're talking about nervous dogs and dog bites.
Mm-hmm.
Do dogs really bite? Because I feel like those are subjects that get talked about a lot, I reckon.
Yeah.
Especially dog bites.
Dog bites.
We have had a change in the rescue. We've got a lot of new things going on.
We have.
And we're talking some really good news. We've had 2 dogs that have found their forever home, which are...
Nils and Cariad.
And they're doing really well.
Both doing really well.
And me and Sam had a day out at Crufts.
We did.
So we'll be talking about that. But first off, I will talk about our rescue. So we have had a change in a bit of admin. We've had a member of the team that's been with us for 6 years. And she did a lot behind the scenes with the admin and the books and stuff like that. And it's Drea. She decided to leave the rescue. And all we can say is that we thank her very much. And we wish her all the best. And whatever she does next. And the dogs will miss her. We'll all miss her. So it's all good. And yeah, so all the best, Drea. And obviously, because Drea's left, obviously... there's a little bit change and we're doing things, getting new members on the
team, just moving forward with a few things that have been kind of in the back burner for a while, like gift aid, different things, getting new fundraisers, just kind of opening up and branching out a bit more.
Yeah. And obviously, it's all, the thing is, it's all just, nothing stays the same forever, and I always believe that. It always changes. Same with our fosters. And the kennels that we use, they're always the same. Everything changes for everything.
Everything's moving and changing.
Everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, because there's a lot going on, please bear with us.
Yeah, we're having a month off, like taking any dogs in, just to get our admin kind of settled and people in their new roles and training them up and stuff. So we're taking the dogs and then we're gonna have a month off.
Yeah.
Get everyone trained up. And so everybody knows their specific role, so no one's doing loads of stuff.
Yeah,
so everyone's just taking on. Yeah, so everyone's just taking on a little job that they can run with, so it doesn't interfere. Because we're all volunteers.
Yeah, and nobody, it's that's the thing about charities. It's like people.
It's given at what time they've got, and since Drea has left, a couple of the members have had to pick a bit more, which has become a bit overwhelming. So.
You've allowed me to be able to post on the High Hopes page.
I know.
And you kind of, as soon as you did it, it's like, oh, I don't know about this. Because I'm not very techie, and I can do daft things, or I don't know how I do it, but it just goes wrong, doesn't it?
Sometimes.
I've done one post, just about Luna.
You did do one post. But it isn't that easy to post on the page.
It isn't.
Because if you do it from your phone, you can't look at what you've written. So when I do it,
Facebook, they know what we're on about. You can scroll back and go over what you've just written.
On a page, you can scroll back, but when you're posting on the business page, you can't.
No,
so I tend to write it in my notes. You haven't got notes yet. We'll have to get you notes. And then I copy and paste it, because if you try and write it in that tiny little window, you can't scroll back.
Someone with dyslexia... Or says wrong things.
Yeah.
Or write the wrong things.
So you did put a word wrong.
I did.
You did, and I changed it.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah, thanks for that. Okay. Oh, no, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I told you about it, because I couldn't think I could change it. I let you loose.
You let me loose.
It was a good post, though.
Loose goose. Yeah, so obviously, with the rescue, we've got new things happening. We're excited, positive, going forward. We're going to make us 10 times stronger. And fundraising and everything.
Yeah, and hopefully a new trustee coming in as well.
And I'm going to be outside Waitrose fundraising on the 18th of April in Great Malvern. So
are you doing it on the 6th?
No, the 18th.
Oh. Okay.
18th of April. So I'll be outside, and I've got a few more dates. So if you're local in Malvern and you're listening, come and say hello.
I'm hoping to be there too, but it depends if we've got a volunteer to cover the dogs.
We'll see how we're going. But the good news is Nels, little Nels, we went and saw him this week.
Oh, it made me cry.
Only been a week, and we went back, and he remembered you, didn't he?
Yeah, so I wouldn't normally go and visit a dog after just such a short space of time, but I had to go and take his stitches out. So took a few minutes for him to remember me, and then he was just so excited. And then
I got a lot of fuss.
He's
a shy dog, but he was all over me.
He was, and then when I went to the loo, he was running up and down, wondering where I'd gone, and then I had to pop him in the crate before we left. And then as we left, he did this awful bark. It was a really distressed bark, and then I left and I cried again. I don't cry much.
Happy tears, but also
happy tears. It's just he's been with me such a long time.
How long had he been with your son?
I think it's about 3 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It's been a long time. Well, maybe not quite that long, but because his sister Poppy has been home 2 years.
That long?
Yeah, so he's got to have been here, and she would have been with us for at least 6 months. So it's got to be 2.5.
I mean, he's right up my street. If no one had seen any posts of Nils, what did I used to call him? Niles, didn't I?
No,
I can't remember. I used to call him something different anyway. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah,
but he's like a Jack Russell looking dog, and that size.
Mm-hmm.
He's not obviously Jack Russell, but he's got the Jack Russell face, so he's right up my street.
He's very cute.
But he wouldn't come near me. But there was times when I get a butt scratch where he'd want a butt scratch, but he didn't really.
That's how he made friends. Though. He's more of a dog's dog, really. So when he's out in the field, he just wants to play.
Just wants to be with the dogs,
yeah.
not the humans.
So he wasn't really playing when we went to see him, and he was just literally all over us. And when we took his stitches out, he was just in your arms.
Wagging his tail
the whole time. He's such a good boy.
He was such a good boy. And obviously the update on Cariad, because obviously this is her 5th home, is that right?
4th, yeah.
Yeah, 4th. And hopefully this is it.
Yeah, she's not called Cariad anymore. She's called Lottie.
Lottie.
Because she's going to be a lot of work. Which she will be.
Yeah, she will.
But she is doing really well.
And she has had some visitors round the home, is that right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if
potentially.
I don't know.
I think I've missed that. I don't know if you've seen that and I haven't.
Maybe. I feel like she went out on a walk and she said hello to a man. And she went really well.
Yes.
And I think a friend had come round.
Okay.
And she did well.
She is doing really well.
I feel like she has turned a corner. Amy did a lot of work with her.
Amy did, yeah. Lots of work with her.
And I think that makes a difference.
Yeah. And it's also the adopter listening about what work we've done and what works for her, because a lot of people think that they know best.
Yeah.
When we've Cariad's been with us, on and off 2 years.
Yeah.
And we have Amy has put a lot of work into her, and we do know what works for her.
There's understanding the dog and knowing the dog.
Yeah, and the lady has listened, and she's, Amy showed her what she does, and that works for Cariad. And she has listened, and she is doing well. Well,
I've got everything crossed for her, and we potentially have another adopter for Duffy.
Yes, the adopter can't wait to have her.
Yeah, but we've just got to wait 2 weeks, and then we've just got a few things to do. And then hopefully she'll be going.
Fingers crossed, she'll be going home.
She'll be going home and joining Jane. I want to say Jane.
Yes, her name's Jane.
Jane.
And she can't wait for her, especially now the nice weather's coming. She messaged us the other day and said, the weather's lovely. She wants to be out walking the dog.
Yeah, so she's very excited. It's going to be like Christmas for Jane.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And I think she's going to call her, she's calling her Toffee.
Toffee?
Toffee.
Well, she has got the colour of Toffee.
She has got the colour of Toffee.
And
it'd be so nice for her, because she was in a home. If anyone doesn't know Duffy's story, she came over as a young adult. I think she was just under 1, and she went home. She was home for 4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
I think I remember.
And then they got pregnant, and they decided they couldn't continue because she was nervous and couldn't cope with visitors very well. So they made the decision to rehome her.
Yeah.
And that was. That must be 18 months ago now.
God, that's gone.
Yeah, she spent a little bit of time in kennels and was really shut down in kennels, and then she went to foster, and she's done really well in foster.
Yeah, well, that's great. So it's fabulous news. So we've got everything crossed for Duffy. But bringing on for, obviously, me and Sam had a weekend away. We were kind of dog-free.
Is this crufts? Oh, crufts.
Yeah, we were dog-free, but then the next day we were surrounded by thousands
A lot
of
of
dogs.
dogs.
A lot of dogs, because obviously we went to the biggest event, Crufts, which we've been before, haven't we, Sam?
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago we went before.
I don't know if anybody else who's listening has been to Crufts. I was one of those people that was not against Crufts, but I was never going to go purely because I thought it was the snooty side of the snobbery side of dogs. But when I did go, I went with my best mate Amy quite a few years ago, and it felt like a big, humongous celebration of dogs.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it looks like dogs are taking over the world. Because when I first walked in, obviously you walk straight into the merchandise, which they do
And you
that
get
on purpose.
stung.
And
We
you
didn't
get
get stung this
We didn't
year.
get stung this year. And then I went into another area where there was dogs on like 3 tables being massaged by humans with a microphone, and this woman's explaining
What she's doing.
what you're doing, and then people sitting around, but the dogs look like they've taken over the world.
having a lovely
and they're just
time.
lying there being massaged. Like, they own us.
Yes.
Not we own
The other
them.
way around. Yeah, that side of it's all really nice, but I don't like the show side of it.
No.
We did, because we didn't get into the arena, we did sit and watch one of the practice show rings for a bit.
Well, it was the red setters, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the red setters, and just they were taking photos, and the amount of time they had to make them stand in a particular position.
She was doing it too much.
Yeah, it was
overdone.
must have been about 40 minutes, just constantly putting this dog in the right position, and it's just like you could see the dog was uncomfortable with it.
Do you know, do you know what I'd love to do at Crufts?
What's that?
Just get the dogs, right, into a ring, and you stand with your dog, but you just let your dog do whatever it wants.
Yeah.
And you stand there.
And just let them have fun.
Let them have fun, and then just judge the dogs by just seeing them running around and having fun.
Who's having the most fun? That would be cool.
Imagine the carnage. There'd be all sorts going on.
I reckon Nellie would have the most fun ever, because wherever she goes, she has a lot of fun.
Yeah, she does. But I would like to see that contest.
Yeah.
And also, I would like to see more of the mongrels.
Yeah.
Contests, because I'm a massive. If you don't know, Jack Russells is my favourite breed. All dogs are my favourite, but Jack Russells I'm just a sucker for. And it's very biased how the Jack Russell is recognised at Crufts, because it's the teddy bear looking one, so it's always brown and it's always white and it's always the wiry, fluffy Jack Russell. You don't get the black and white, you don't get the smooth coat, you don't get the parson in there. It's just Jack Russell. Yeah. It looks like a teddy bear.
They look like puppies, didn't they, when we saw
They all
the
look
Jack
like
Russells?
puppies.
Yeah.
But they're adults, but they look like puppies.
Yeah.
That, for me, and the full-on Jack Russell.
No.
So my Jack Russell is all the different markings. Their markings are epic.
Yeah, they are. Nils had epic markings.
Yeah, we did actually, yeah. But Butsy, my first Jack Russell, when I was a kid, he had a black head, so he complete black face, and then just white completely all over, and then just one black spot on his back. And he reminded me, I know he was yellow, Spot, the dog.
Yeah.
But he was
just
yellow.
With his one big spot.
And he reminded me of Butsy, even though but he just had one spot on his back.
Yeah, they should definitely have more mongrels. I think there's always going to be, the breeders, and, there's a lot of controversy about the guy that won.
German Shepherd is the controversial one, because that cannot be normal.
No.
If people don't know, the German Shepherd for Crufts, the way it's recognised in the Kennel Club is to have a lowering of the back, the rear of the dog, and it looks like it just doesn't look healthy. It doesn't look normal. And when it walks around the ring, the back end looks like
low.
they've got problems with their hips, and it don't look normal.
No.
And for me, that's a no-no.
But it's also the pug and the Clumber Spaniel that won with those massive droopy eyes.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of things that have gone wrong in specific breeds.
And then the big story for Crufts this year was the winner.
Yeah, I know.
So if people don't know, the winner of Crufts, the handler, Lee, I think I put his name here, didn't I? I wrote his name down.
Yeah, he was convicted.
Lee Cox, his name was. Absolutely shocking how it ever come about, and how he's anywhere near a dog was was done for animal cruelty 20 years ago. I don't care if it's 20 years ago or a year ago. This guy shouldn't be anywhere near dogs.
No.
So it was actually your favourite breed.
Well, it's a Clumber Spaniel.
Oh, I read it was a cocker.
No, it's a Clumber Spaniel.
Hey, red cocker here.
Oh.
Cocker in poor conditions in a crate.
Oh, the one that, yeah. It was a breeding cocker, yeah.
A retired breeding cocker.
Yeah, he was done for that. But the one he won with was a Clumber Spaniel.
Oh, yeah, he won with that. Yeah. But the breed, because he was apparently back 20 years ago, was looking after the retired show dogs, and a lot of them was cockers. And reportedly what I did read was that one dog was in such poor condition that they had to remove his ear.
Oh my God, I didn't read that.
Yeah, and the cocker who was in poor condition was malnourished and had...
I think it had hair loss. Yeah.
Had things going on. So I don't give a rat's ass if he redeemed himself. He absolutely does not deserve to be in that ring, getting all that glory and that humongous check.
But, I mean, now all that's come out, he's going to have to face that, isn't he?
He's going to be egged in the street.
Oh, no, don't agree with that.
What, egging in the street?
Yeah.
I'd egg him.
I would not. I wouldn't egg anyone in the street.
I would egg him. I would egg a few animal cruelty people.
Oh, no, I couldn't do it.
Egg on his face. No, I probably couldn't, but I would if I could.
Okay.
But if he gets egg on his face, it weren't me. No, I've just said it on the podcast now. I'm going to egg him. Police on the doorstep.
Yeah,
you egg me, cocks. Yeah, what's it all about? No. So, yeah, unfortunately, that tainted the whole crufts this year, really.
It did. And it was a shame we didn't get in the arena because we really liked flyball.
Yeah, and they shut it.
They shut it early, didn't they?
Yeah, so before it used to be 5 o'clock, tickets only. So anyone who was in the arena before 5, I think they emptied it at 4:30. You was able to go in, watch flyball and all that, and then you'd have to leave, and then it was tickets only for the best in show. But it was 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
3 o'clock this year, so we couldn't get
in. We'd asked about what time the flyball was on, because we didn't want to buy a programme, because we were being cheapskates. Yeah, it was like 15 quid.
15 quid for a programme.
Yeah, so we didn't, and we asked what time the flyball was on, and they told us. And then we went in for 3. We tried to go in for 3, and we couldn't get in.
No.
So we missed that. But we still had a good day.
We did have a good day. It was a long day.
We met a lovely lady, though. Can't remember what her business was now. Was it...
Something Paws.
Oh, I can't remember what. She was from Yorkshire, wasn't she?
She was from Yorkshire. Yorkshire Paws. No. I swear it was called Yorkshire Paws.
Oh,
she did a lot with really behaviour on Instagram.
What's her name? The Victoria Stillwell, is that her name?
Yeah, I think so.
She works with her.
Yeah.
But she was ace.
She informed us that she studies a lot with behaviourists of dogs, understanding dogs' behaviour because of pain.
Yeah.
So a lot of dogs that have behavioural issues is actually because they're in pain, and it's understanding dogs in pain to the reason. So she does a lot of studies with that, and so she was going to give us a shout out.
Yeah, I'm not sure that she did.
I don't think she had.
But she had the best hair I've ever seen in my life.
Epic hair.
Yeah.
What is that? It's like dreadlock hair.
It's like dreadlocks, but she had like all material.
Yeah, very colourful.
It was ace.
And she had
these dungarees on that.
And she had, what did she have that?
She had a trolley.
She had a trolley that old people have.
Yeah, but
we was going to buy
We were going to buy a trolley the day before, or on the day, and we decided not to.
Because we thought it was old.
It was a big regret of mine, to be fair.
It was, because
we had to carry a lot to the hotel and back again.
And then if going round Crufts, it would have been very handy.
Yeah, it would. But we've got it now.
But
so next time.
If you haven't been to Crufts, I do recommend it.
It is a good day.
If you love dogs, it is the best place to be. Because it is a celebration. Like, there's other rescues out, like the Greyhound rescue.
And there was Val Greys were there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of information that you might not even be aware of. Like, we're a rescue, so we was asking things about other rescues.
Yeah.
I didn't see Sawyer Dog there this year. I don't think I saw him the previous year, though, to be honest.
To be honest, though, it's so expensive.
It is.
Like, for a rescue to fork out, I mean, that guy we talked to, it was £1,800.
Is that the one who was doing the sculptures?
Yeah. There's no way a rescue could realistically fork out that.
Yeah.
If you're not going to get it back.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a lot of money. Like, it's almost like
I mean,
wasted.
we're looking at the platform. I suppose we're looking at the platform, but more so at the moment, we need donations. We need funds. So
We do need
we always
funds.
need funds. I think every charity always needs funds, but we're a small and we need to keep afloat.
Yeah, I think it's
Afloat on the boat.
it's the returns in kennels that are kind of breaking us.
It's kennels
really.
that cripple us. If anyone knows any land going, we need land.
We need land. We need space. That's the next step for us. It's just not an easy task.
No, it isn't. But we're gonna. I'm positive we're gonna get there.
One day.
We will get there. But moving on to the main topic of our show today is one that you definitely specialise in. Is nervous dogs.
It's my forte.
It's your forte. It's your dog whisperer forte.
Yeah.
Nervous dogs. But the thing is, with nervous dogs, you say nervous dogs to someone, they just think they're scared of noise. But there is so many different levels.
Yeah, there's a lot of levels. I think we touched on this in the last one, didn't we? And we said there needs to be some kind of chart, really, because if you say the dog's nervous, people don't expect how nervous a Romanian dog, for instance, can be.
Yeah, because it's very different.
And how different they are and how alert they are to all the sounds and everything that's going on, because they've been brought up, you know, they're street dogs. They're aware of every little thing. So, and that's in them. That's not going to go.
So for them, you know, things to be scared of in Romania is everything, to a wheelie bin, to a person, to a car, because cars don't stop for them. If they're in the way, they just...
If they're going to survive, they have to be on high alert all the time. It's
a different thought. I mean, dogs in the UK is more likely to be scared of sounds.
Or people, if people have hurt them.
Or people have hurt them. But it's very common, because they're street dogs.
Yeah.
It's everything.
But that's ingrained into them. And for a lot of them, that will always be there. You can do things to help it to a level, but they're always going to be slightly different.
But the one thing to get us through to people is you need to adapt to them.
Yeah.
So, for instance, my boss, obviously I couldn't approach him, and I couldn't... normally you'd think going forward and putting your hand out.
Excuse me.
Sorry. Blow my eyebrows just left my face. No, I'm joking. But yeah, you think that you need to approach them and put your hand out there, but that actually doesn't.
That's the worst thing. Putting your hand out to a nervous dog is the worst thing.
And also, you could get bit.
Yeah. Well, most nervous dogs will retreat, and if they can't retreat, that's when they'll kind of go forwards and be like...
Yeah, there's no other... But there is a wide range, Sam. So what... Try and narrow it down. What nervous... If you was to put it in a category, what would you say is the category of nervousness? Would you say sounds?
If I did it by kind of dogs that you know, Ivy would be kind of, if you say level 5.
Yeah.
Like, she's nervous of different people.
Okay.
But she's not nervous of her surroundings or stuff that's going on or cars or anything. It'll just be something new. And her thing is, I'm a bit nervous, I'm going to bark at it because I'm a bit nervous. And then on the other end of that scale, you've got, I say a 5 would be Lady.
Yeah.
Who's literally scared of sounds, people, anything new that's going on.
Yeah.
To the point that she can't be touched.
Yeah.
Unless you're Amy. And then she's fine.
Charlotte.
And then you've got all of those dogs in between who have got different levels of nervous. But for instance, Alice, when I first had her, would have been a 5.
She would have.
Yeah.
So is 5 your highest? Is that your max?
That's just what I'm off the top of my head.
Yeah.
That's my
way of doing it.
Yeah. So Alice would have been 5. Most nervous, can't touch her, scared.
So Boss would have been a 5 as well.
Yeah. Literally scared of everything. People used to come round when she was up for adoption and want to see her, and I had a rabbit at the time. She would be hiding behind the rabbit hutch, and because she's black, be like, well, where's Alice? And you'd look round and you'd just see these, these eyes and this, and she used to like almost scare people. Like my mum said the other day.
Yeah, she was scary.
She was scary.
That's extraordinary, isn't it?
But now I'd probably put her as maybe a 2.
Not a 1.
No, because she can still be a little bit nervous.
Okay.
Like when my son comes downstairs, she's like, oh, I'm not sure.
There's a good way of putting it, so you can put it as a chart, as in between 5 and 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a chart that I use, but if I was trying to explain it to people...
So I would have Boss as a 3.
Yeah.
Because he was a 5.
Mm-hmm.
But now he still can resort back to not coming back into the house because he's got himself frightened and that paw goes up.
Mm.
And
they they do, most of them do get better. I mean, Alice, for instance, everybody is in love with Alice.
I love her. I would take her home.
But before, no one could get anywhere near her at all. And it was a slow process and it took years. And she ate a lot of my belongings in the process.
But I would say, Sam, so what are the main signs? If you was trying to... There's several signs of different types of nervousness from the body language of the dog. So what are you looking for?
You're looking for instance, we'll go with Lady.
Okay.
So she'll go wide-eyed.
Yeah.
Kind of, they call it whale eye, where you can see kind of the whites of their eyes.
Okay.
And she'll be kind of looking at you and stepping away from you.
Yeah.
Or retreating. Or when something's scary, she'll make herself smaller. Like, I'm not a threat, I'm invisible. The scattiness.
Yeah, is that the scurrying?
The scurrying around, like racing around,
so like
I'm
a wild
scared,
dog.
I don't know what to do, a bit like a wild dog. Yeah.
And the tail is...
low.
Yeah.
The tail is low, or between the legs. Like, for instance, Duffy went to the vets the other day. And Duffy's a weird one. I would struggle to put her on a scale because... in some respects, she appears quite confident.
Right.
When she's off lead and meeting people, she's confident. You put that dog on a lead, completely different.
So it's quite complex, isn't it?
Yeah, Duffy's very complicated. So she'll go in. She went into the vets, tail between the legs, physically shaking. Obviously, that's nervous. That's really nervous. But for her, she'd been to the vets the week before, and she'd had a really good experience. But there was a different receptionist in there.
Oh.
And I didn't arrive. I should have arrived earlier than I did.
Right.
So last time I arrived, walked her around, settled her in, took it all gently, took loads of treats, threw them around, and, you know, that worked really well. But for we just didn't manage to get there early enough, and she had to go in a different vehicle.
So all of that
made her super nervous. The receptionist had bright pink hair and was a little bit loud, and she did that thing of reaching her hand towards Duffy, and then Duffy was just like, I can't cope, there's too many things. But as soon as that receptionist walked out, you know, if she was a 5 when she walked in, she was a 2 when she did the blood test.
Oh, really?
Because the vets are really good and they'll give her that time to settle.
Yeah.
And they gave up trying to get the receptionist vet nurse to hold her, and I ended up holding her for the blood test, and it all went really well. And we'd thrown treats on the floor. I muzzled her because when they're nervous, you never know.
Yeah, you've always got to be...
You've always got to be a little bit cautious.
Yeah.
A nervous dog can bite.
Yeah.
When they're put in that situation where they can't get away, yeah. And for the most part, it's flight, but when they can't get away from a situation, they can react. So we did muzzle her and we tried to give her treats, and she's like, no, not eating them. Anyway, she had her blood test, took the muzzle off. She's like, wagged her tail, I'll have my treats now. So by the end of it, I would say she was a 3 or a 2.
Yeah.
But she's a weird one because she can go both ways.
Both ways.
But if she meets someone off lead, she comes up, running up, jumping up.
So with Jane's got a lot. You know?
Yeah, Jane's met her probably 5-6 times already.
Yeah, so she's got a good feel.
And Duffy really likes her.
Yeah, well, that's massive.
Yeah.
Dog. I always believe the dog chooses the owner, personally myself.
Yeah.
Which brings me around to the next question I was going to ask you. What is the best way to help a nervous dog? What is the best advice you got?
Patience, don't push them. Let them go at their own pace.
Don't force them.
Don't force them.
Not naming names, but we had a situation with a Pacific dog, and the most advice we give is don't approach the dog. Don't try and take her out on a walk or anything like that. But unfortunately, the adopter got very impatient, and by the end of the week wanting to be taking her on a walk, and said because he couldn't take her on a walk, this dog's not doable.
This?
Penny.
Oh,
I'm going to say it, Penny.
Oh my God, yes.
So we had an owner that was definitely not listening to us. We explained the nervousness of Penny. Penny knows me. This is a prime example. Penny knows me. Comes up to me for first, takes treats off me, actually gives me cuddles. And there's times where she retreats away from me and backs away and doesn't want to come near me. And this was a completely new guy, and we said you need to give it longer than a week before you even take her out. But he was very impatient and said, well, I want to be taking her by Friday.
He was very impatient about everything. So he had this thing, but I can see why he had the issue that he had. So Penny hadn't been for a wee for 24 hours.
Yes, I remember you saying to
me. And we
that.
chatted to him and say, you know, sometimes when they're nervous, they can't hold on to it for that long. I've had that happen numerous times. And then eventually she had a wee, and then it was, she hasn't pooed.
Yeah.
For a couple of days. And then, you know, again, we said they can hold on to it. You know, try not to worry. She'll go when
they're like a human.
Yeah, she'll
you
go.
You go on holiday, you don't shit for 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
3 weeks holiday, Jesus.
So, but he just, but talking to him afterwards, I talked to him on the phone, and he'd previously had a dog that had an issue with their bladder. So I can see why he was more worried about the bladder. But at the end of the day, he didn't want to go on that journey with Penny.
No, so it wasn't right, and Penny is now back with us and now looking.
But she has come back slightly more nervous. She was only there for 5 days, but she has come back more nervous than she was. So Penny, if anyone doesn't know Penny's story, was found. We got asked to take her from a public shelter, and we said we'd take her, but when they went back to get her, both of her front legs were broken.
Oh God!
So then she had to have operations and pins put in her legs, and apparently when she came over, and then she then had to go for surgery to have the plates removed. They said that the plates should have been removed while she was over there, but they'd left the plates in, and the plates had started to come through the skin, so she had to have them taken out. So she's always going to have.
She looks like her front legs don't look quite.
They kind of look like flippers, but we have to keep her weight low so that she's not got.
But she's
not skinny, but just lean.
Yeah,
she is a lovely dog. She's got a huge issue around food.
But then what dog end? There's a lot of dogs that are very similar to that. Like I've said to you about Marie, Doug the pug. He'll have your hand off if you go near him when he's eating. So I personally, I would say that's a common thing with dogs.
It is,
with food aggression.
It's just finding that right person for Penny, isn't it? Because with Penny, she's better around other dogs, but she has to be managed around other dogs because of the food situation. Yeah. She's better with a male dog, I think. Maybe a larger male dog. But she has a few issues with some of the females. But that is, again, common for similar age females, especially Romanian ones.
Yeah. But overall, nervous dogs in general, there is a lot more to it. It's not a case of just sounds. I've personally thought, I thought I knew quite a bit about dogs until I met Boss. And then when I took him home, I thought I was out of my depth. And I didn't know how to help him because he was so shut down. He would sit in the corner of the room and stare at the floor. And you couldn't approach him because he'd run away like that scurrying thing that you said. Couldn't touch him. And it took months. And then bit by bit, he would come up to me and sniff. And that was a bonus. And I stuck to what you said to me. Don't try and reach out because it just... You think you're trying to help them get over their fear. But in fact, you're creating it more.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we could sort out a leaflet.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea.
And I could do some cartoons.
Yeah.
Showing, like, by doing this, you're actually... making it worse.
Because you don't know what a hand reaching out to them in Romania, what that means to them. It means someone's trying to catch them. Someone's trying to do something horrible to them. They don't understand.
Leads. We got Toby, haven't we?
Yeah, and they've not probably been touched very much by people. And if they have, hands have been horrible to them. So hands are an issue. A dog doesn't need to sniff your hand. The rest of you smells exactly the same.
Yeah.
They don't
can smell you from a mile away.
Exactly. They can smell your shoes, your trousers.
Smell your shit.
Yeah. And leaning over as well. Leaning over and eye contact.
Putting the hand over the head.
Yeah.
Not under the chin. But it's just best not. But moving on to the next topic, because obviously nervous dogs. That is... we could talk about it. We could talk about it.
I could talk about that. That's what I do.
But another one we could talk about, which we're going to touch, is dog bites.
Yeah.
Now, my perspective, does a dog, this is the question, can a dog just bite for no reason? And my personal response is no.
From my own personal experience, I would say no.
Dogs bite because there is a reason behind it. They don't just bite because they just want to bite.
Unless they've got a brain issue.
There you go, but that isn't no reason, is it?
I can say I've worked with dogs, all kinds of dogs, for 10 years, 9 years.
Got a lot of experience.
10 years. And hand on heart, I've had 2,000 dogs probably that I've worked with.
Yeah.
I have never ever been bitten for no reason.
Exactly.
So I feel like I can say that, but also people that when I was at Forest, there was a dog that had a brain issue, and he would bite for no reason.
But he had a brain issue.
He had a brain issue, so that's why I'm saying I've never known it.
Dogs do not bite for no reason. A lot of commonly what we get in rescue is that he just bit for no reason. And then our question is always, well, what led up to it? What was happening in order for the dog to bite? And, you know, one of the common ones we get is, we were just stepping over him, or we were just walking past. Now, people think, well, we're just walking past, they shouldn't have to bite. But you don't know the trauma the dog's been through.
No.
If they're fast asleep and they're feeling very safe, you go past, that could trigger a trauma in their life, and they bite out, because it is an animal at the end of the day, and that's the mechanism they know.
I think people need to learn to read their dog and what signs they're giving them that they're uncomfortable, and have they told that dog off for growling?
Yeah. Growling is a key sign.
Yeah, so if they've been told off for growling and then they bite for no reason, in inverted commas, is that because they've been told off for growling so they can't give that warning? But a dog will give you a warning.
Yeah.
There'll be something.
So the body language, Sam. What key signs are we looking for if the potential of a dog's going to bite? What key signs are you looking for?
Let's go with Guinness.
Yeah, we'll do Guinness.
So with Guinness, this is Kerry's dog, and he did bite you.
Yeah.
But he wasn't trying to bite you.
No.
He was going through with the dog.
Yeah.
And you put your arm in to save.
And that was completely my fault.
So he bit you, and he bit you quite badly.
Yeah.
And he ended up coming back to me for a year, 18 months.
Yeah.
And kind of between us, we've managed to read all of his body language and his signs.
Yeah.
So his sign that he's uncomfortable and he's going to bite is he turns his head away.
Yeah. And I can read him so clearly now, and he still has the potential to bite. Not me, per se, but on a personal level, unfortunately, recently, Guinness has bit. Unfortunately, my dad. Mm-hmm. But this is on the owner, as me as an owner, and myself, not nipping it in the bud and not reading it. So I was reading Guinness's body language with my dad. So Dad's known Guinness. He lives with us and Guinness, and basically from a puppy we've known him. So no way did I think that there'd ever be a time where Guinness might bite my dad. But my dad had a stroke last year, so his speech has changed. Luckily, physically he's not been affected, but speech-wise he has. And, of course, I think Guinness has picked up on this. And Dad's been trying to put him outside to go out for a wee. And instead of Dad just opening the door and letting Guinness go out of his own accord, Dad's been trying to encouraging him out. But because my dad's quite a big bloke and he's approaching him, I noticed that Guinness was sitting back and was actually looking frightened of Dad. And Dad says, I can't get him out. I said, well, just leave him, Dad. But my dad didn't. He kept persisting on going, come on, Guinness, out. And Guinness would get more frightened. And now my bad is I should have said to Dad, don't do that, just chuck the treats out. But I didn't.
But even when you've told him to do that...
He didn't do it. He didn't listen to me. And unfortunately, there was one evening where Dad did come home. He was getting changed and Guinness became frightened of him and backed away. My dad approached him. And as my dad went to walk away... he jumped up and bit him on the ear. Mm-hmm. But very quick and it was over. He didn't continue that attack. But that was a warning to Dad.
Yeah, but you've also got to be so aware, like, with Rusty, like, although Rusty was with me when he first came over, I've only recently started seeing him again.
Yeah.
And he's funny with people walking away.
Yeah.
So you're aware of that. So when I'm at yours... that instance when I was in the kitchen and I saw his body language as I walked into the kitchen, he looked at me and he was still, and I'm like, I'm just going to stand here and I'm not going to move and I'm going to face him.
But you you eat dogs. Though.
Yeah, so I knew what he was going to do. But you were on it anyway. You've got to be aware of how your dog's going to react to things. You've got to kind of study your dog.
Personally, my best advice, if anybody's listening, I have a dog that can potentially bite. Never switch off.
No.
Never be completely at ease. Think to yourself, my dog's going to be fine. Oh, they seem relaxed with this person in my home. Or they seem relaxed when we're out. No. You must always just be constantly watching your dog. And unfortunately, for the sake of your dog and protecting other people, you've got to be on the ball.
And protecting your dog. Because once your dog's bitten...
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even Briar's dog, Dolly, the nicest dog in the world, she has nipped someone. Has she? Yeah, it was and she has had a behaviourist in, and she's been fab. But there are things that led up to that bite. It wasn't just that Dolly bit.
Exactly. There's always something that leads up to a bite.
Yeah, it was the travelling. She'd had a long time travelling. She'd been in a new place. It was really hot, and someone came in through the back of the caravan and came towards her from the back, and she turned around and went to nip. So that all those things led up.
Yeah.
And it's like that's that ladder, isn't it? Of how much they can cope with before they're like, oh my God.
I think that's another thing. There's always a lead up to, like, there was a lead up to Guinness biting Dad.
Yeah.
And you've got to be on the ball. You can't just be blasé about it.
But it's like we had that conversation the other day, and I said I don't get it because one of our adopters has been bitten. We had a message that she's bitten her in the eye, and she had a big black eye, and she'd bitten her daughter and she'd bitten her friend, and we were trying to have a conversation with her and say what's led up to the bites, and she said I was just lying on the bed with the dog. And I don't get it. And I was saying to you, I just don't get it. And she said, yeah, but you read the dogs. And not everybody does that. Yeah. So it's trying to have a conversation with this lady to make her understand why that dog's bitten. If I went and put my head next to Roman and lay on the floor with him, he'd give me a warning because he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
And if I didn't listen to his warning and back away, he's got the potential to bite me in the face.
Yeah. But he knows you, and you've just got to be on the
ball.
Yeah,
and even though he knows me, and he's known me for, 4 years, and he trusts me and I trust him, it's still there.
Yeah. You
still have to listen to your dog.
And I think people just get a bit naive and a bit blasé about it. But what was the outcome of that dog, Sam?
I need to phone the lady because we're not getting very far with.
But I thought she took him to the vets, and it was
no, that was another one.
That was another one. So there was another bite, wasn't there?
There was another bite, and
that turned out to be
she had
sadly
brain tumours. So
and it was 6 years they had that.
Yeah,
dog.
That's heartbreaking. It is very sad.
So if your dog suddenly bites out of character, immediately take him to the vets because it's a very clear-cut sign there is something medically wrong. And that's what that lady we met at Crufts was on about, dogs' behaviour through pain.
Yeah. I mean, I have been bitten. I've been bitten 3 times, I think.
But there's always a reason.
There was a reason. The reason Amira bit me is because she got I'd only had her 3 weeks, and she was going into a crate of her own accord, and she got her leg stuck. And I immediately went in to help her.
Yeah, I remember you saying
and I got a really bad bite on the leg. Yeah. And then Nils has had me on the back of the leg 3 times.
Yeah. And poor old Briar's been bit by Nils.
Yeah, but that's in a scenario where it all gets a bit excited and he thinks something's going to happen. He gets really excited and he nips. And then I got bit by my own dog, Noah.
that was getting a ball.
Yeah, he bit my finger and broke my finger because he was trying to get a ball out of my hand. That was painful.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
Yeah, but that was overexcitement. Yeah, he literally crushed my finger. But that was overexcitement and like, oh my God, I want the ball, give me the ball.
Mind you, I've had an owl crush my fingers.
Yeah, you did. That was shortly after I had mine.
Yeah, I saved an owl in distress on the side of the road in my car. Mm-hmm. And I picked this owl up, and of course it was, I think you can pick a bird or an owl up, you know that they need medical help, so I was blue lighting him to Vale Wildlife Hospital, which is a big shout out to Vale, over at Pershall Way. But I remember him flapping a little bit, and I thought, well, he's alright, his wings are good, because he's flapping, and his claws gripped my 2 middle fingers really tight, and I thought, Jesus, that's some strength in that bird. And obviously when I got him there, in the middle of the night, after I dropped this bird off to the hospital, I couldn't move my fingers. I generally thought they were broke. He'd literally crushed my fingers. I was in absolute agony with it.
Powerful birds, aren't they?
But I didn't notice it. I remember him doing it, and I remember feeling pain. But then, obviously, driving him and driving back. But when I woke up in the middle of the night, I couldn't move my fingers.
They're probably broken, weren't they?
I don't know. Well, badly, whatever he did, but I was crushed by an owl, by a barn owl. It wasn't even a big owl; it was a barn owl.
The saddest thing is he didn't make it.
No,
did he?
Didn't. So
they tried.
He was hit by a vehicle by the looks of it and had head trauma. But he did eat, and he did have some food, and he did pick up a bit. But then they found him on the third day, sadly passed.
Oh.
So, but
he tried.
But he was safe and he was warm, so that was a good thing.
Yeah, but he had a chance. You gave him a chance.
Whatever it is, I'll blue light it. I don't care what it is. I'll take it to Vale.
Even an earmuff.
Don't even go over the earmuff. There's not enough time to tell that story. We
already told that story.
Have we? Okay.
Yeah.
But I did do a little bit of research. Which dogs has the highest bite rate in the UK?
No way.
Yeah, and it did vary, right? But this was the most alarming one on my list. So I've got a list in front of us that me and Sam are looking at. Of Jack Russell Terriers, German Shepherd, Staff, Bull Terriers, Border Collies.
I'd agree with the Border Collies.
And then there's Labrador.
A Labrador?
Yeah.
I thought Cocker might be on there, you know. Because they're renowned for guarding.
Are they? But this is in the UK, but the Labrador was what I was surprised at.
I was surprised at the Labrador.
But apparently, this is what we get. Nipping. It's been reported as biting. And it isn't.
No.
So we've got Nancy with us, little Nancy, and she's at that phase where people might see it as biting, but she's nipping.
She's nipping. Yeah.
Like, you know when you see dogs play fight and they nip each other, they're doing that with the human. But there's some humans
who'll say...
Yeah. And the highest dog that gets rehomed or gets a home in puppies and stuff like that is Labrador.
Blimey.
So that's the most report that comes in.
Wow.
But that's misunderstood, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of times it is.
But anyway, we're nearly at the end of the show and we're going to have a bit of fun now.
Okay, this is what your sister brought you.
My sister brought me for my birthday dog quizzes cards. So we're going to have 3 questions each. I'm just going to hand them out. And then, Sam, you start. Okay. And then she's going to read out the 3 answers and I'm going to hopefully know them. Because I feel like there's pressure now with this quiz.
Yeah.
Pop quiz dog. I feel like I need a bit of music in this, but
we can add some after.
Yeah.
Okay. Which dog breed is known for its distinctive curly tail and fox-like appearance?
Fox-like? Because my first thought was a curly tail. It's like a pug, isn't it?
Yeah, but it don't look like a...
You've got to read out the 3 answers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've got to read you the 3 answers.
No, not the 3. There's one. It's in white.
Do you want me to read the 3 answers and you've got to guess the
yeah,
right
got
answer?
A, B, and C. So
A, Akita. B, Shiba Inu.
Come again. No, what?
You what now?
What now? Who?
A, Akita. B, Shiba Inu. C, Basenji.
What's up? A what? A Basenji?
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
What is it? A, B, or C?
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark. I'm gonna go B.
It is B.
Oh my God!
That's correct.
What is it? B? What was B?
A Shiba Inu. I'll show you a picture after.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, not a freaking clue. Right, yours. Right.
Yeah.
What is the name of the border collie who starred in the film Babe as the farmer's loyal sheepdog? You ever watch Babe?
Oh, Christ, I don't know.
Babe. It's like a classic Disney. Have you not seen it?
It is a classic. See, I've seen it. But...
There's the border collie.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say the names, right?
Okay.
A is Max. B is Fly. C is Spot. I know this answer.
I have no clue, but
I'm going to
go with Max. It's not Max, is it?
No.
It's Fly.
It was Fly.
Oh.
That was a female border collie.
I must have watched that one about 30 years ago.
We need to watch that again. I love Babe.
Oh, we'll watch Babe.
Right, that's that. Oh, God, Jesus. Right, you go.
Next. What is the term for a dog's display of teeth and growling as a warning signal?
Oh, this is good.
A, snarling. B, grinning. C, smiling.
Well, I'm going to go with A, you know.
Yeah.
Snarling. I do that a lot, you know, at people that say, like, snarl. Humans do that. Right, this is your question, right, Sam? What's the term for I can't read. What is the term for the process of a female dog giving birth to puppies?
Whelping.
Jesus, Mary, I didn't even get to do A, B and C. Yeah, well, you're just showing off now. That's that. Go on then.
Who had a hit song and an album of the same name called Diamond Dogs? A. David Bowie. B. Snoop Dogg. C. Selena Gomez.
What's the question again?
Who had a hit song and album of the same name called Diamond Dogs?
Well, you see Snoop Dogg, right? It says, it says Snoop Dogg in it.
Yeah, but isn't he a rapper?
Yeah, he is. So he weren't singing then. I'm going to go with David Bowie then.
You're correct.
Oh, well, there you are, look. I don't know what the song was.
You got all three of yours correct.
Oh, good. Well, you got one more.
I got one wrong.
Which country does the bulldog originally come from?
I don't know.
A. Wales, right, boyo? England or Bonnie Scotland?
Oh, England.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
British Bulldog, isn't it?
The British Bulldog. Right. We'll do them again.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There is a lot of questions here, but we're going to save them for our podcast. But I hope you enjoyed.
We were also, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we were going to touch on places we've been, dog-friendly places.
Yes.
And what we thought of them.
Yeah, we're going to rate them, aren't we, Sam?
We're going to rate them. So we've got to quickly rate now where we've been.
So we've been to Tewkesbury, Bewdley.
Yeah.
Where's the other place we've been? I've forgotten. Bewdley, extremely friendly.
Extremely friendly, and we took them into Rise Cafe.
Yeah. And we went into a shop.
We did. What was that shop called?
It's a really, like, one of them shops that's got all sorts in it.
Bit of knick-knack, bits and bobs.
And your dog with the tail knocks everything off the shelf.
Yeah.
That shop.
We went into that shop and they were absolutely lovely.
And we brought a broom.
Yeah, and Rise Cafe, I think if we give them a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Only because when we went the couple of weeks before to Malvern,
yeah,
and we went in that pub.
Oh, yes. The Witch Pub in Malvern. Big shout out. Brilliant.
Because there was blankets for them.
And there was a blanket
fire. And they could lie on. So the only reason I'm knocking a 1 off of Rise Cafe is because there's no blankets.
There was no blankets. And we rate the Witch Pub because
10 out of 10.
We had a Sunday roast and the dogs had blankets for them to lie down.
In front of the fire.
In front of the fire while we had our Sunday lunch.
Yeah.
That was
really nice.
Top notch. And then we went to, we haven't took a dog ourselves to Tewkesbury.
No.
But I personally taken Rusty and Boss to Tewkesbury with my mum, and we went into where we had breakfast, the Greek cafe.
I can't pronounce the name.
I can't pronounce the name, so I love a toffee. And they allow dogs in there, and we had a sit-down meal, and everybody was, like, we had our breakfast. They were absolutely brilliant. And a lot of places in Tewkesbury, you can take your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, because we kept seeing that dog. Yeah. Elsie,
yeah, going around the charity shop.
Whichever shop we went in, Elsie was in there.
Elsie was there. We kept seeing Elsie. So, yeah, we're going to continue to do that.
Yeah.
And rate these places, but Tewkesbury. But I'm going to wrap the show up. But going forward, we are talking the next episode. If you want to tune in and listen to us again, if you've enjoyed us, we're going to talk, which is a big one. I'm going to go back to my page. I've lost my page. We're talking dogs going missing.
Oh, okay.
And obviously the kidnapping of our beloved dogs, which is a major subject. But I feel like we need to touch on it, Sam.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been quite serious, this podcast.
I feel like it has.
It's been very serious. I apologise. It's been a serious one. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And you have been listening to Let's Talk Dogs. Kez and Sam. We'll see you again.
See ya.